AFP. Nelson Almeida. Neymar arrives at Sochi Airport in Russia. Brazil arrived in Russia on Monday, Hungary to make amends for the World Cup humiliation in 2014, with Neymar apparently fighting fit as Lionel Messi cast doubt over his international future. The Brazilians landed in the early hours in Sochi, the Black Sea resort where they will be based, buoyant after beating Austria 3-0 in the final warm-up match. Most of the favorites are now in Russia ahead of Thursday's curtain raiser between the hosts and Saudi Arabia, but holders Germany are due to arrive on Tuesday. The atmosphere is low-key ahead of the opening match at Moscow's imposing 80,000-capacity Luzhniki Stadium. Russia was a disputed choice when it was handed the World Cup in a closely watched 2010 vote that has since been tainted by bribery charges, and the tournament takes place against a background of international tensions. Russia and the West have engaged in a major wave of tit-for-tat diplomatic expulsions since London accused Moscow of being behind the poisoning of Sergei Skripal in Britain in March. AFP. Vasily Maximov. Argentina's Lionel Messi has cast doubt over his international future. Brazil's Neymar, who broke a bone in his foot in February, marked his first start in more than 3 months by scoring in Sunday's easy victory in Vienna, while Gabriel Jesus and Philippe Coutinho also netted. It was Neymar's 55th goal in a Brazil shirt, allowing him to draw level with Romario on his country's list of all-time leading scorers. Only Pelé and Ronaldo have more goals for the country. "I don't know Neymar's limits," Brazil coach Tite said. "His technical and creative capacity is impressive. When we get him in the last third of the field, he is lethal." Brazil, who crashed out of the last World Cup on home soil in a humiliating 7-1 semi-final defeat to Germany, start their campaign against Switzerland in Rostov-on-Don on Sunday. Messi doubts Argentina. Captain Messi, one of the biggest stars in Russia, said his international future will be determined by his country's performance at the World Cup. "It will depend on how far we go, how we're going to finish at the finals," Messi said in an interview with Spanish Daily Sport. "We've just lost 3 finals in a row, which has led to us going through some difficult moments with the press," added the Barcelona forward. Argentina lost the 2014 World Cup final 1-0 to Germany after extra time, before suffering successive defeats by Chile on penalties at the Copa America in 2015 and 2016. Messi, who will turn 31 during the World Cup, believes Spain, Brazil, Germany, France and Belgium are the leading contenders for the title. AFP. Karim Jaffa. Egypt forward Mohamed Salah poses with Chechen leader Ramzan Kadyrov. A big question mark hangs over the participation of Egypt and Liverpool striker Mohamed Salah, who is still receiving treatment for the shoulder injury he suffered in the Champions League final. Egypt are banking on the availability of Salah as they try to get past the first stage of a World Cup for the first time. The Egyptians arrived at the base in the Chechen capital Grozny on Sunday, after Salah sat at the final training session in Cairo. Once they touched down, tracksuited Chechen leader Ramzan Kadyrov was among the first to greet Salah. Team Dr. Mohamed Abu Alala admitted the striker, who scored 44 goals for Liverpool this season, was unlikely to play in Egypt's opening Group A match against Uruguay on Friday. He still feels pain. "This type of injury needs a recovery period of 3 weeks before going back to the field," he said. While the favourites limber up, host nation Russia are under intense pressure as they prepare to open the tournament. Ranked lowest 7th in the world, Russia have not won for 7 consecutive games. President Vladimir Putin, who has spent billions to put on the biggest sports event in Russia since the 1980 Moscow Olympics, has exhorted the team to raise the level. "I must acknowledge the fact that, unfortunately, our team have not achieved big results in recent times," Putin said last week. Before Thursday's kickoff, FIFA will focus on choosing the host of the 2026 World Cup between a joint bid featuring the United States, Canada and Mexico and underdogs Morocco. FIFA member states will vote on the issue at their Congress on Wednesday.